You graduated high school, you're off to college. Some of your friends are joining the military. Some of them are just working. You rack up about 30K worth of debt, and now you have to figure out what to do. Does this sound familiar? This was my story coming out of high school. Went into college for about 4.5 years. I was studying civil engineering when I decided I no longer wanted to pursue that career path. I ended up going into the Navy where I worked on weapon systems and radars, more specifically ship self-defense system. From then on, based on my experience and the people I had met, I was able to find a job as a field service engineer. Welcome back to Untitled Label, where we strive for greatness through optimization. I'm John. I'm a field service engineer as well as an entrepreneur. And on this channel, we talk about all things related to being a field service engineer. For those of you that may be interested in becoming a field service engineer, what you're going to need is some kind of degree, preferably something in electrical engineering or a degree in a technical field. If you don't have this, you're going to want to study something in electronic technology. For those of you that are veterans or have military experience, this career path is going to be right up your alley. This is mainly for those that have an electrical background and those that had worked on electronics while they were in the military. As someone that did 6 years as a fire controlman, working on, again, ship self-defense system, as well as some other different types of radars, my background was heavy in troubleshooting, maintenance, and repairs. Being able to translate those skill sets into this new career field, I've been able to do pretty well. Some of my successes include discipline, self-management, time management, and communication. All these are traits that you should have as a good field service engineer. If you already have those skill sets, you're actively looking for a field service engineer job. In today's video, we're going to discuss avenues that you can take to hopefully land that dream job as a field service engineer. The first avenue I'll discuss is somewhat geared towards those that are veterans, specifically those that were in the Navy that served on board combat systems. Now, in case you don't know, combat systems is a department. These are rates, essentially jobs that worked on weapon systems, comms, radars, things that require a lot of electronics and maintenance and troubleshooting to make sure they're staying well and up and running aboard the ship. So the first one is going to be combat systems jobs on Facebook. Ironically enough, this is how I landed my job as a current field service engineer in the biotech field. Now, if you're one of those people that I just described, you're able to gain access to this group. I definitely recommend you do so, as this group is filled with people that are posting about job openings, people that are searching for jobs. So you have great candidates that are actively looking for employment and work. So if you're not in this group, make sure to get on there. It's also filled with a lot of veteran-related knowledge and information that can be helpful for those that are possibly getting out of the military. Another fun fact too is I actively post my field service engineer videos in that group, so you might occasionally see one of my videos in there as well. Hopefully you're finding this useful. If you are, make sure to subscribe if you haven't yet and smash that thumbs up button to help the channel grow. And if you happen to be on Instagram and you're into cars or car photography, make sure to follow that name. Now let's shift focus from Facebook and Facebook groups to LinkedIn. LinkedIn is probably where you're going to find the majority of job openings if you're on the hunt. You have plenty of job postings from all sorts of companies that are looking for good field service engineers. This first group is called Veterans in Field Service Engineering. It's mainly led by Micah. Micah is a new friend of mine that I met through networking, connecting through social media. He's also a Navy vet as well. He's started his own hiring firm called Southern Staffing, and he's trying to find like-minded field service engineers or people that want to be field service engineers for companies that are out there. So if you're a veteran and you're interested in becoming a field service engineer, join this group, and hopefully Micah might be able to help you find that next job as a field service engineer. The next group I'll talk about is also on LinkedIn. This is called Field Service Customer Support Engineer. This is a great community of all sorts of different types of engineers all over the world. I think this community is especially great in the sense of what kind of career path you can take as a field service engineer. This has really opened my eyes as far as what I can do as a field service engineer and what companies are out there that require field service engineers. Lastly, another great opportunity to join a good group is going to be the field engineer. Now, this group is also similar to the one that I've previously mentioned, where you have field service engineers from all around the world that are in this community. You're really going to be able to reach out to these people, network with them, and see what it's like for them to work in other countries. I think this is especially pretty neat because I only see things from the US. Being able to see things, for example, from Africa, Spain, Europe, all across the world, seeing what other engineers are doing on the daily, I think that's an amazing opportunity and it's also really eye-opening. At the end of the day, being able to build a connection, being able to build a network with other people that are out there that are doing the same thing that you are, it's only going to help you to push further, push harder to accomplish that goal and find that position that you're looking for. By leveraging these groups that I've mentioned, you should be able to find that field service engineer job or career path that you're looking for. Last tip is to reach out to people that are working for a current employer that you're interested in working in. This is something that I personally did when I knew I was interested in working as a field service engineer. I found the company that I was interested in. I found people through LinkedIn that already were working at that company. And luckily, I was able to message them, ask them a couple questions, pretty generic for the most part, and actually set up phone calls and talk to those people about what their job is like and what that company is like. This gave me an inside scoop on the company to make sure I was a good fit even before applying for the job. Now, I'm not saying you have to do this or you should do this, but this is something that could be beneficial to you in case you're trying to get a little inside scoop or an inside eye on the company that you're interested in working on. After all, you're going to be applying for a lot of different positions. You want to make sure you find the one that's best for you. This brings us to the end of the video. Again, I'm John. If you found this useful, helpful, beneficial, let me know your thoughts below. Make sure to subscribe and smash that thumbs up button as well to help the channel grow. With that said, I'll catch you on the next one.